Welcome to another Conversation Off the Clock. Hi, I'm Carmina Constantino Torres, and this is Casey After Hours.
Kasalanan ko ba? Your burden today can always be your blessing tomorrow. I had to change myself.
Being a mother is a blessing, but it's no walk in the park, especially when your child is differently abled, especially when your job is to make people laugh while you carry the load of the hand that's dealt you. Pero sa pinatunayan ng ating susunod na makakausap, kayang-kaya kapag may pagtanggap, hindi lang ng pagsubok, pero pati na rin ng biyaya. Kapag may pagpupursigi para sa anak na pinakamamahal. She may be the funny lady we see on screen, but when it comes to Quintin, it's no laughing matter. Today, we're getting candid with his biggest advocate, the multi-talented Candy Pangilinan. Candy, nice to see you again.
Yes.
It's been a while. Alam ko hindi mo natatandaan, pero bata pa lang ako, kilala na kita.
Gusto ko yung bata ka pala.
Hindi naman po nagkakalayo yung batch natin sa UP, but we have common friends.
Yes.
So, nagkakaroon ng time na sa sa isang tambayan, nakikita kita. Pero hindi mo nakita. Pero matagal na kitang kilala. And your vlog, I've always been rooting for you and Quintin from afar. Kamusta si Quintin? I was hoping that you'd bring him today. Pero kamusta siya?
Okay naman siya. Actually, dapat gusto talaga niya sumama. But I decided na hindi na kasi umuulan. Eh, ang problema ko, pag umuulan, wala naman siyang paki sa ulan eh. Kahit mabasa siya, hindi siya careful about it. The problem is after that. Kasi hindi siya marunong mag-sneeze.
Talaga?
Yes. Hindi yung mag-blow ng nose.
Oo.
Hindi niya alam yun.
So, nakikip niya inside. So, magkakasakit siya.
Magkakasakit
ganon.
siya.
I see.
So, yung hindi siya makahinga, nagiging problema namin yon.
I watched that. I watched that vlog of yours.
Yes.
Quintin can't breathe.
Yeah. Tapos ikot lang siya ng ikot, tapos hindi niya maintindihan, nagkakaroon siya ng fear. Oo.
So, dapat talaga, pag ganito, bahay lang siya.
Adyan ka na lang muna.
Oo. Naintindihan naman niya.
Oo. Mula nung sinabi kong, if you want to die, ganun agad.
Seryoso ba yan?
Yes. Ganun na ako magbigay sa kanya ng instructions.
And he gets it?
Yes, straight to the point.
Oo.
Pag sinabi ko, Mama has to work. Why? You need to eat.
Nabanggit ko po kanina na bata pa lang ako, nakikita na kita. Sa UP po yun. Because you've loved theater, that was your entry point. Paano ba nabago ng teatro yung buhay mo?
Oh, a lot. Kasi, actually, when I entered UP, ang akala ng mami ko, I was studying in UST.
Huh? Nagsinungaling ka?
Akala lang mami ko nasa UST ako. Kasi she wanted me to go into a Catholic college, university, yung ganon. Kasi lahat sila UST, ganon ang mami ko. But sa UST walang theater, but I really wanted theater. Yun ang gusto ko teatro. Eh sa UP may teatro. So, umaalis ako ng bahay na maaga.
Paano mo na, hindi tinitingnan yung grades mo, gano'n?
Hindi, eventually, after the first quarter, may isang pare na sinama ko doon, kinausap ko si Father Rico. Sabi ko, Father, may play kami, nasali ako. Invite kita, sama mo mami ko.
Yun na yung revelation. Tapos?
Wala na, tinanggap na lang niya. Sabi ng mami, ni Father Rico, na wala na siya ngayon, sabi niya, alam mo, Dory, kung saan ang gusto ng anak natin, dapat pinagbibigyan mo. Sabi ganyan. Kung gusto mo, ikaw mag-enroll ulit.
Ayaw naman ng mami mo.
Ayaw niya mag-enroll ulit.
So doon na, yun na yung revelation. But because ang dami mo nang napagdaanan sa buhay and because yung training mo is rooted in theater, do you find yourself acting, in the beginning acting your way through life? Parang pag masyado nang mabigat, actingin ko na lang to, baka makayanan ko, I'll just fake it till I make it. May ganun ba?
No. Because of the discipline of theater siguro, I got trained na if there's a problem, I have to focus on the solution. Kasi ganun ang training sa theater 'Di ba? They give you the problem, gawa mo ng paraan, no matter what. 'Di ba? Ganun talaga yun eh. No matter what. You do something about it. Eh, when I started in theater, konti pa lang yung sa Dulaang UP. So you were a stage manager, if you wanted to act, you had to audition, you were also doing lights, you were gonna go to the go up in the scaffolding. So lahat ginagawa mo. Humanap ka ng solusyon, no matter what. So nandun ako sa ganung mindset. So hanggang ganun ako ever since. So even when I was, eto na, ganun pa rin yung mindset ko. So, anong solusyon?
Oo. So, when reality hit you, that there was this problem that you had to solve, or when the diagnosis of Quintin came, nandun ka kaagad ba? Madali ba sa yung to go to the solution right away?
Nandun ako sa solution. Kasi yung unang tinanong ko sa doctor ko, so, anong gagawin natin? Tapos, ang una ko palang tinanong, kasalanan ko ba? I asked if it was my fault. Saan nanggaling? Did I do something wrong? So sabi niya, no. Sabi niya, wala pang scientific research or study talaga where it came from, if it's really genetics or environmental or food or whatever. And then after that, sabi ko, so anong gagawin?
Kasi, Candy, merong mga magulang na nanonood siguro sa atin ngayon na ang nananaig sa kanila, fear. Tapos, it's debilitating.
Yeah.
First of all, the acceptance, parang hindi pa matanggap. What do you tell them?
You have to embrace it kagad because time is of essence. Because once you don't accept it kagad, ang mahihirapan yung bata. You have to accept and embrace the reality that's in front of you because yung ngayong reality, wala ka nang magagawa. You have no other choice but to accept that fact. Because you have to do that for your child, not for yourself.
The acceptance though, Candy, isn't just coming from you, your family, your friends. Ang dami na naming, and I say namin kasi kasama ako doon, ang dami na naming cheerleaders ni Quintin just watching you and your entries and Quintin coming into his own and learning through the years. How does that make you feel that you've built this community of cheerleaders na andyan kami for Quintin?
I feel so grateful. I feel so blessed na pati ako nagulat.
Talaga?
Yeah, because I never expected things to unravel like this. Diba? I started it with parang, let's just do this. Sabi ng spiritual mentor ko, let's just do this. Sabi niya ganyan, do it for Quintin. Kasi nga, I started it with people asking me kahit nasan ako, yung anak ko ganito, ganyan. Parati ko sinasabi, hindi po ako doktor, hindi ko kaya i-diagnose. Ito lang po, hanggang ganito lang po ang kaya ko. You have to go to a doctor for it. Then now, yung anak ko na walang kaibigan, before, always looking for friends, and gano'n. Ngayon, lahat ginagano niya na tuwing may makikita siya, friends. So, 'di ba? Everything is such a miracle, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Sinasabi ko nga your burden today can always be your blessing tomorrow.
And in your recent entry, na bumili siya ng material, bumili siya ng puto, 'di ba? Parang I found myself just watching him and kasi nakita ko from the beginning, 'di ba? Na parang ang galing. Nagawa na niya, go Quintin. And then you read the comments. And lahat kami pareho na iniisip. We're just amazed at the work that you've done. Was there ever a point na parang, hindi ko na to kaya, Lord?
Aabot ka naman talaga sa pagod. Yung pupunta ka sa banyo, iiyak ka sana. Parati kong sinasabi to sa iba Sabi ko, it's okay to get tired, but you cannot give up. Pati kang huminga. Doon ko nga na-appreciate yung kaya pala may buntong hininga. Ay, yung gano'n. Yun pala yun. That's the point of this. Yung buntong hininga na yan. Yung pupunta ka ng banyo, iiyak ka sana kasi pagod ka na yung... Pagtingin mo sa salamin, gano'n ka, bali na lang, sayang oras. Sa lalabas ka na lang. Hindi mo na itutuloy. Kasi na-realize mo, ibang energy na naman yun.
Oo.
So, di ba, imbis na iyak mo, itutulog mo na lang,
Oo.
or idadasal mo na lang.
Oo. At saka when I was reading your book, may nakalagay, may sinulat ka doon na pag nagagalit ka kay Quentin, hindi siya naapektuhan. Pero pag sad ka,
Yeah.
doon siya naapektuhan. Is that also part of the reason what keeps you going? Kasi hindi niya pwedeng makita kang ganito, or do you sometimes also just show him your real emotions?
No, I don't show Quentin na I get tired because magigilty siya. I get tired because of him, no. But he sees me when I'm tired from work.
Iba yon.
Iba yon.
Iba yon.
When I'm tired from work, ano yan? Or pag may ginawa siya na hindi maganda, sabihin, you want massage?
Oh, how sweet. Ang sweet niya eh. Ang sweet niyang bata.
You want massage? You want water? Kahit naman hindi ako gusto, yes ka na lang, diba?
Inumin mo na lang.
Inumin ko na lang. You want massage? Yung massage naman yan, pagkasakit-sakit, oo na lang ako. Do you feel good? Yes. Pero masakit talaga, ha?
Pero that's part of it, diba?
Yes.
Yung parang training them or teaching them empathy and
Yes.
being there for others as well.
Yes.
Malaking milestone ba yon?
Yes. The mere fact na nag-o-offer siya, yung sensitivity, actually they're very sensitive. Quentin naman, kasi iba-iba yan sa spectrum, iba-iba But Quentin kasi is very sensitive to the feelings of other people. Yun ang napansin namin sa kanya. Even to sa lola niya, sa sister ko, or even to my friends, very sensitive siya. Ang lakas nga lang niya mang-asar. Grabe din yung humor. Alam mo yon, siguro nakuha na rin niya sa akin, nalakitang ganyan na, ganun ako. Pag may ginagawa siya, pinagtatawanan ko na lang. Kahit pa nagwawala siya, sinasabi ko, wow, ang galing, take two nga. Yung ginagano ko lang siya.
Humor plays an important part. Paano nakakatulong to sa'yo every day? I mean, we see you in the various performances, the various projects that you have, nakakatawa naman talaga. Pero sa totoong buhay, gaano ka-importante yung mapagtawanan mo din yung sitwasyon, na magkaroon ka rin ng humor.
Yeah, it's very important that you can laugh about every situation that you're going through. Kasi when you go out of the situation and you look at it, and sasabihin mo, nakakatawa to, no? Grabe yung effort. Diba? Ibang klase. So, when you look at it at the other side of the coin, your problem becomes lighter.
Yeah.
Diba? Nag-iiba yung perspective ko of things. Nag-iiba lahat. Actually, Quentin gave me a different kind of level of humor about things. Diba? Minsan, iba na ang tingin ko sa traffic ngayon. Baka itong way ni Lord para mag-bonding ang Philippines. At least dito may unity tayo. Diba?
Iisa ang pinagdadaanan natin.
Iisa lang ang pinagdadaanan natin.
Literal.
Diba? Walang mayaman, walang mahirap. Lahat stuck sa traffic. Yung gano'n. Diba? Pantay-pantay tayo dito. So, yung may gano'n, yung sabi ko, baka ito na yon. Or maybe this is the time for us to talk, Quentin. Kaya tayo sa traffic. Tingin ko, ito na yon. Ito ng chance natin mag-mathematics. Iinit na naman yung ulo ng anak ko. Kaya siya na mismo yung nag-aaral mag-waze.
Marunong na siya.
Nag-aaral siya.
Pero yung nag-start ng kotse,
yes,
tinuruan mo din siya noon?
Yes. Tinuruan ko mag-start mag-car. Eventually, gusto kong makita kung kaya niyang mag-drive ng konti. Yung dahan-dahan. Yung ganon.
Kasi it's often said, Candy, diba, that the best therapist for our children are the parents.
Yes.
So, hindi mo yan aral. Basta parang pinupush mo lang siya kung hanggang saan kaya.
Yes.
Oo.
Saka, kasi yung therapy niya, iniiba-iba ko na. Hindi pwedeng all the way, puro speech therapy, it's like this only. Kaya naging voice lessons.
May dancing pa, diba?
Yes, may dancing, may swimming, may circuit training, para sa coordination, and kung ba, hindi iba-iba ko na.
Tsaka you've recently added another form, which I think is a therapy as well, pero hindi ko alam kung tama ba. Pinapag-interview mo na siya.
Yes.
Ano naman yung wisdom behind that?
I want him to develop his confidence. I want him to develop his confidence. I want to see if he understands and if he's listening. So malalaman ko lang yun the way he reacts, the way he asks follow-up questions, if he's really interested.
Kasi yung attention span niya.
Yes. So doon ko nakikita, ganito pala siya mag-isip. Ganito pala yung nila, perspective nila. Ako, okay.
Yung isang recent entry mo, nung una I thought it was like a skit. Yung parang sinabi mo lang na, pumunta ka sa Marikina, bumili ka ng ganito. Pagkatapos nito, gawin mo to. Tapos tumakbo ka ng 10 times. Pero kung sasama ka sa grocery 5 times. I thought it was like, sinasabi mo lang. Pero ginawa pala talaga niya. Tumakbo pala talaga siya.
Yeah. Ganun talaga. Because he has so much energy. Grabe yung energy niya. Sabi, you said a while ago in the start, you knew me when I was younger. Nakita mo naman ang enerhiya ko nung bata ako.
Ay,
Diba?
Ibang klase to. No, ibang klase po siya. Iba yung presence na dinala niya. Ibang klaseng energy niya.
So, yung energy ni Quintin, 10 times mo.
Nung bata ka?
Yes.
So, kailangan mo nga tumakbo?
Yes, kailangan niya tumakbo. Yung, siguro kung dinala ko siya dito, pagpasok pa lang niya, friends niya na kayong lahat.
Ang saya.
Inikot niya na hanggang taas.
I love it.
Yung ganon, yung para siyang, kasama siya ng foreman na gumawa nito. Yung ganon.
Pag-aari na niya to. Dito na siya. Sa kanya na to.
Yung parang ganon. Ay, ano to eh. So, check niya lahat. Yung may ganon siyang
Pero yun nga kanina napag-usapan natin, napapagod ka din, di ba?
Yeah.
So when you have that moment, who do you turn to?
I pray. You have your quiet time. I think yun ang refuel eh. Yung you sit down and you pray, you refuel yourself. Diba? Kailangan natin yun eh. I think every individual, kung ang coaching nga nagpapagas, tao pa kaya.
Totoo.
Diba?
Totoo.
So, you refuel yourself. Ako, I refuel myself with prayers, a quiet time. Sometimes, I go with my friends. Sabihin nila, wow, tahimik si Candy ngayon ah. Sabihin ko, pwede kayo muna magsalita, mamaya-maya. Ibibigay ko sa inyo.
This because I've been following you nga, this entire community that you've built, not just around yourself, but around Quintin and the two of you together, yung mga friends mo, si Ma'am Janice, Jelly, Carmina, Eugene, Domingo, ano yung nadadala nila sa buhay mo? At gaano na lang yung kumpiyansa mo na, okay, may times na pwede akong maging quiet kasi nandyan kayo. Kahit na si Quintin, kailangan ako, pero alam ko nandyan kayo kung kailangan ko rin kayo.
Maybe because I know my friends saw everything. They know what I'm going through. Maybe not exactly, but nakita nila because they've been with Quintin. Alam nila kung paano. Kung sila ilang oras lang, napapagod na sila eh. Diba?
Ilan pa sila?
Oo.
Pasapasahan pa yun
nagtatag team pa yung mga yan, di ba? So, alam nila pag tahimik lang ako. Alam nilang pagod ako.
You don't have to say anything.
I don't have to say anything. I think, di ba may mga friends tayong gano'n na alam nila na, yung sabi ko nga, your friends will know na when you're quiet, it's okay. It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to, you just be there.
Now, your mom, you wrote about your mom in the book that in the beginning there wasn't that acceptance, but then later on there was that acceptance.
Yes.
How did that change things about where you want to bring Quintin and his therapy and ganyan, knowing that your mom was now on board and she realizes the situation?
It's very important that everyone is on board. Because sabi ko nga, consistency is always a key. Kasi kung anong ginagawa sa therapy, kailangan ginagawa rin yun sa bahay. Especially now, therapy here in the Philippines is very expensive.
Yeah.
Diba? It is very expensive. So I always tell all the parents, kung ano pong ginagawa sa therapy, gawin nyo sa bahay. Because therapy is only an hour. If you have 2 times a week, for speech, 2 times a week for OT, 2 times a week for PT. Ilang hours lang yun. Yung ibang hours nun, nasa yun na. So, yung dapat yun, ginagawa mo sa bahay. Kung anong rules doon sa therapy, just do it at home. So, pag nakikita kong mami ko na minsan, kasi, napapatawa ni Quentin ang mami ko eh. 'Di ba? Pag ano siya, yung parang nauuto, gagawin na lang ako, o nga. Quentin kasi. Alam mo yun? You have to remind them, each one. Kaya nga yung bahay ko punong-puno ng signage.
Kasi everyone should know.
Yes.
All the rules and what needs to be done.
Yes.
I get it. Now, 'di ba, you are the biggest advocate for Quentin. Alam natin 'yon. But 'di ba, in order for you to be that way, you have to be the biggest advocate for yourself.
Yes.
Was there a struggle in the beginning na you have to advocate for yourself first before you can advocate for your son?
Oh, yes. Kasi
Talk us through it.
I had to unload a lot of things. I had to change myself. I had to take out yung mga hindi kailangan. Simplify my life. Take out all the burdens, things that will, yung nakakabigat. Diba? Nakakabigat para umusad ako sa journey na to. So,
Alam mo yun.
yeah, alisin na natin yan. Okay na yan. You had to forgive. You had to let go. Diba? Yan, hindi na importante yan. Okay lang. Gusto mo akong siraan? Okay lang. Sige na.
Which reminds me of this scene. But later on, we're gonna talk about it later. Pero it reminds me of the scene in Road Trip, which you wrote. Yung paakyat na sa summit.
Yeah.
Tapos sabi, iiwan ko na tong backpack ko. Iwan ko na tong kahit mahal yung dalawang bag ni Carmina Villaruel. Iwan ko na lang yan. That was a metaphor, was it?
Yes. If you notice in the movie, habang umaakit kami, nagbabawas ng gamit. Pabawas ng gamit. And even yung mga nalalaglag, na hindi mo inaasahang malaglag, nawawala, kahit nakakasama ng loob mo, pero kailangan pala mawala. Di ba ganun naman in our journey, in our life? There are things na nawawala. Bakit nawala? Bakit sila, even friends, bakit nawala yung mga iba kong kaibigan? Gusto ko silang kasama sa buhay ko eh. Pero, yung pala kailangan. Kailangan.
Para makausad. And what made you write Road Trip?
At first, but we really wanted to have a film together. Dati pa. We really wanted to have a film together. And then, when there was a time I didn't have work, nag-workshop ako kay Sir Ricky. Diba?
Ricky Lee po.
Ricky Lee. And then, from there, we had to submit scripts as our thesis. So, Road Trip was my thesis.
I see.
From Sir Ricky.
Yes. Kasi it struck me as very personal eh. I guess if someone follows you, makikita mo yung connection.
Yeah.
But for there are other people who may be watching who are also holding up the sky for those that they love, who feel guilty to sort of pursue their other dreams, their other interests. You were successful in doing Road Trip. You're successful in, writing this book. Pero dun sa mga nagdadalawang isip na nakaka-guilty naman, baka hindi ko dapat gawin to para sa sarili ko. What do you tell those people?
Oh, you have to. You have to do it. Kasi, you have to nourish and enrich yourself so you can nourish and enrich others. Sabi ko nga, mahirap magpautang pag wala kang pera. So you cannot give what you do not have. Diba?
Totoo.
Diba?
Totoo yun. Tama, mahirap magpautang kung wala kang perang ibibigay.
Diba? So you cannot give what you do not have. You cannot love if you don't love yourself. So you have,
Do you think that would have been possible in your younger years?
No.
How so?
Because I didn't go through a lot of things that I didn't understand. I don't know so much. Actually, Quentin, sinasabi nila I taught Quentin, but the truth is, he taught me a lot of things because I had to learn a lot of things. I realized so many things. And I became grateful of so many things that before, hindi ko pinapansin. Diba?
Si Quentin has this, he's very childlike in his thinking, Ang dating kasi sa akin when I watch, it teaches us to see things in their purest form without the noise.
Yes.
Through his eyes, through a child's eyes. 'Di ba? Ganun din ba yung natutunan mo from him?
Yes. I realized na kaya ko nga sinasabing, do not compete, do not compare, do not conform. So your life will be satisfied and content. Because ganun eh. Hindi siya nakipag-compete, hindi siya nakapag-compare, siya pag-conform, wala lang.
Oo.
Kaya siya masaya. Diba? Ganun ka simple. Kaya siya masaya kasi wala siyang kompetensya. Yan ba uso? Eh, hindi ako komportable dyan. So, hindi ko susuotin yan. Hindi ba? Ganun lang siya. Well, I said this sa ibang interview. Kung yung sa iba, merong mga top 10, top 1, well, okay na ako sa best attendance. Yung gano'n. Yung anak ko, most cheerful. Okay na ako doon.
Oo naman.
Diba? And happy siya doon. Happy siya doon na pag umakit siya ng stage at binigyan mo siya ng most cheerful award, tatumbling yon. Yung talagang, binigyan ako ng award.
Every time I watch you guys, the feeling that I get when I walk away from the screen is that let's celebrate life.
Yes. Life is good. Talagang life is good and God is good and there's so many things. Sabi ko nga there's so many things that we did not pray for that God gave us. Our family, our parents, yung air, yung sun. I mean,
built-in, kumbaga. Hindi naman natin hiningi.
Hindi natin hiningi. So,
pero nandyan.
Pero, di ba, ang dami nating hindi natin hiningi pero binigay ng Panginoon. So, ano pa yung bakit hindi niya ibibigay yung hihingin natin?
That's true.
Diba?
Kanina sinabi mo na, you have to do things for yourself. Importante siya.
Yeah.
Hindi ba? Paano ka makakapagpautang kung wala ka namang pera? But when it came to writing Road Trip and when it came to writing your book, did you have to convince yourself? Was it automatic na, okay, gagawin ko to?
No, my spiritual mentor was the one who told me to write a book. And then I told her, bakit po? Sabi niya, you write it because it's a journal and you have to tell people that they're not alone. Na love is universal and sacrifices is equal. It doesn't matter if your son is neurodivergent, your child is neurodivergent or not. I always say this, the sacrifices of a parent are equal. Pare-pareho yan.
The love.
Yes, and the love is pare-pareho. And sabi ko the sacrifice, hindi mo na siya nakikitang sacrifice because of the love.
Correct.
Diba? Dahil kahit mahirap siya, because you love what you're doing, doesn't become a sacrifice at all.
And that's exactly the feeling that I got when I was reading your book. Parang hindi ko siya binabasa with Quentin as a focus. Kasi parang the way you even wrote it, it's like kaharap lang kita at kinukwento mo sa akin kung ano yung the language was there and the process of telling your story. Pero hindi ko nakita yon as, this book was written for parents of differently abled. Hindi yun eh. Ang nag-get ko was, paano ba maging magulang? Paano ba mag-care for others? Even if you're not a parent.
Yeah.
Did you even think when you were writing this book that was how it was going to affect your readers?
No, but no talaga. I was just writing it as I felt it.
Kanina we were talking about Road Trip, no?
Yeah.
There was a line in the movie when Janice says to your character na lagi kang galit kasi hindi mo kontrolado yung lahat. Pwede ka naman humingi ng tulong, nandito naman kami. Did you write that line as a reminder to yourself as well?
Yes. Because I used to be a control freak. Before Quentin, dapat lahat organized. Dapat lahat alam ko. Alam ko yung ending.
Kasi may solusyon.
Yes, exactly. Dapat alam ko kung saan papunta. I have plan A, plan B, plan C. When Quentin arrived, walang plano. Hindi ako makapag-plan A, B, or C. Kasi ibang plano niya eh. Iba pala ang plano ni Lord. Diba? I mean, we have our plans, but the plan of God will always prevail because His plans are the best. So, nawala. Tapos napapagod ako because lahat inaako ko. I was trying to do everything. So, napapagod ako. And then I realized, kaya ako napapagod, it is beyond me. Hindi ko pwedeng gawin lahat. I have to let go. I have to surrender. Diba? Kaya ako napagod.
Because in your book, you also wrote, it takes a lot of courage to ask for help.
Yes.
Or even admit that you need help, especially the doctor's help. So between the book and the movie, there was, nag-connect, para sa akin, nag-connect siya.
Yeah.
That you were writing it as a reminder to yourself. Kasi nga yun yung sinulat mo.
That's true. Kasi, hindi ako taong palahingi ng tulong eh. As much as I can solve it, I will solve it on my own.
Ayaw mo mang-abala ng iba.
Yes, hindi ako nang-aabala ng iba. Not even my family. Hindi ako ganong klaseng tao. If I can do it, I'll just do it on my own. Pero napagod ako. Yung parang, pagod na ako. So, doon ako natuto na, come on, go tayong meeting. So, I started consulting my doctor often and the therapist. Kaya parati ako nagpapa-meeting. Saan po ang Saan po? Kasi wala naman ako alam eh. So, para akong naging coordinator. Saan pong direction natin ngayon? For the next few months, ano pong gagawin natin? Kailangan ba makabuo siya ng sentence? So, paano natin gagawin yun? So, from the
wala na lahat sa utak mo kasi sila na yung nagpaplano.
Yes.
You learned how to delegate.
Yes. So, gaganon ako. Ganun pala. So, ano po gagawin ko? So, natuto na ako.
So, from a leader, you became a follower.
Yes.
And that made things easier?
That made things easier. And then I realized you have to be a very good follower to be a good leader. You have to learn to follow the needs and kung anong needs ng mga tao sa paligid mo and what they think is right for you to be able to lead properly.
There was also one character that you wrote in the movie Road Trip, the character of John Lapus. Yung yung character naman kasi niya, yung hindi mo naman siya kilala. He's a total stranger. And yet, may sinabi siya sa'yo. At that point, of course, this is a conversation between John Lapus and Janice de Belen.
Yeah.
Pero, napaka-poignant, napaka-powerful nung scene na yon kasi hindi naman sila magkakilala. But John Lapus said something to Janice and then everything made sense. In your life, was there ever a person, di mo naman kilala, a total stranger, said something and everything made sense?
Yeah.
Sino yun?
I call her Tita Baby. She was my spiritual mentor and until today, she is still journeying with me. Every time na meron akong litoko or whatever, I call her. Diba? She's the one who laid down everything when she told me, pagod ka na? Sabi ko, opo. O di tama na.
Simple.
Oo. Tama na. Pagod ka na pala eh. Sabi niya, sabi niya sa akin, dignity is a gift. Ginanon niya ako. Kasi during that time, hinahabol-habol ko pa yung asawa ko noon eh. Sabi ko, oo nga po. Sabi niya, for example, Candy, I was wearing a branded shirt during that time. Sabi niya, kunyari, niregulahan mo ako ng mahal na t-shirt. Sabi niya. Tapos, pumunta ka sa bahay ko. Pagkita mo yung t-shirt na niregalo mo sa akin, ginagawa kong basahan. Bagong-bago Nilabas ko pa sa plastic, tapos ginawa kong basahan. Sasama ba loob mo?
Siyempre.
Sabi ko, opo. Ganun din ang pakiramdam ng Diyos sa ginagawa mo sa sarili mo.
Paano?
Sabi niya, kasi hindi mo pinaghahalagahan yung buhay mo. Yung dignidad na binigay sa iyo. You have to take care of it.
When people look at your life, and they know your life story, isipin ng iba, you have every reason to be angry at the world sa lahat ng pinagdaanan mo. But you choose to be kind. Because in your own words, in your book, you wrote, if I plant enough goodness in the world, perhaps the world would be a kinder place for Quentin. So I guess the question now is, has it been kind to Quentin? How has the journey been so far?
I think, actually nakalimutan ko na sinulat ko yan. But the world has been kinder to my son. And I think the world has been kinder to every neurodivergent. Mm-hmm. The awareness is there. Nandun na tayo sa acceptance. Are you willing to have a neurodivergent beside you in a gathering? Mm-hmm. Diba? Nandun tayo sa acceptance eh. Mm-hmm. But people are kinder right now. Mm-hmm. To PWDs in general.
In general.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The book shares details about your failed marriage, to your pregnancy, to Quentin's diagnosis, to small and big wins, right? And when you finished your book, you ended it with a prayer. Nakalimutan mo na rin yung sinulat mo.
Anong prayer nandun? Is it my prayer?
Your prayer. Here, I'll read it to you. You ended your book by saying, I pray for goodness, I pray for mercy, I pray that tomorrow will be a better day for me and my son, and God hears my prayers. Has that prayer changed?
I think that prayer has been answered. Ang galing nga eh, sabi ko nga eh, all your burdens today will be your blessing tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Kasi, God allows us, that's one thing I realized, God allows us to go through a lot of things to make us better. Mm-hmm. Diba? To make us diamonds. Yeah. Diba yung diamonds dinadaan sa fire. Mm-hmm. So, he allows us to go through fire, chips us off, fire again, chips us off, to make it very brilliant. I think God has answered that prayer so many times in my life.
Well, we're showing this episode a few days before Christmas, and we know that Christmas is about family, and family is what you make it. How has the definition of Christmas and family changed for you through the years?
Oh, family talaga, in the true sense, is God's gift. Kumbaga, I always say this when I give talks to the youth. You have so many parang reklamo about your parents. Mm-hmm. My parents don't understand me. I cannot talk to my parents, ganyan. I always tell them, alam nyo, kung sino ang parents nyo, matching lang kayo. At kung sinong anak nyo, matching din kayo. It is not a coincidence that God gave you those parents and God gave you those children. Matching kayo. So sinasabi ko nga, si Quentin, matching lang kami niyan.
Tama lang.
Yes.
Tama lang.
Kasi kung magpalit-palit tayo, magkakagulo. Hindi matching yun. Diba? Hindi mo kakayanin. Hindi ko kaya yung anak mo, mga anak mo. Hindi mo rin kaya yung mga anak ko, yung anak ko. Kumbaga, it's always a match. So, your family is God's gift to you. Built in na yan sa mga hindi mo pinagdasal, pero binigay sa'yo to make you a better person.
And it's entirely up to you.
Yes.
To accept that gift.
Yes.
Candy, thank you for sharing your time with us. Really appreciate it. And Merry Christmas to you and Quentin.
Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas.
And that's it for another episode of KC After Hours. You know the drill. Like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.